Good morning, everybody. This is the Whisperer, and I am going to give you a Monday morning update. First, we're going to get into the news, and then we're going to talk, change subjects to regular stocks, and we'll go from there. From this morning, Tuesday, September 2nd, 2025, here's the top news for crypto in general, and we'll probably touch on a little bit of Doge and Litecoin also while we're at it. Uh, Starting our day, we're going to start with the silent threat targeting crypto investors. Oh, never mind. That's a video on YouTube. Take that back. We'll go back. There we go. Let's see here. How one trader scored over 250 million from the Trump-linked World Liberty Financial token. Uh, A presumptuous crypto trader known as Techno Relevant has secured another outsized payday, realizing about $250 million from the launch of the World Liberty Financial. Crypto is name is WLFI, a DeFi token linked to the US presidential Donald Trump's family. What happened? The blockchain data shows the trader invested 15 million in WLFI. During its token sale last year, securing 1% of the total supply, according to the CoinDesk. The allocation was distributed on Monday and valued at roughly $250 million. So he turned 15 million into 250 million when it began trading. The nine-digit haul follows a $38 million gain the same trader made last week on the derivatives platform. Uh, Crypto name or crypto coin Hype, HYPE, capitalizing on its volatility. Interesting, interesting. So you can make a lot of money if you know what you're doing. BitGet surrenders 440 million BGB tokens to Morph in governance power shift. Crypto in Europe is in a different language. Don't know what that one is. The Venus Pool Protocol pauses after $13.5 million phishing attack against its major wallet. Now, this is the third one in 2 days. No, 3 days. That I've read that's been popping up. Phishing attacks, social engineering attacks, trying to get information about your wallet. These guys will stop at nothing. This here is actually talking about a major wallet. I don't know if it's the company's wallet, back end wallet, or if it's something else. But anyhow, a phishing attack. A phishing. It's phishing. It's pronounced fishing as though you're fishing for, uh, fishing on a boat and stuff. But you're trying to catch some sucker fish and reel them in and take. That's pretty much how it works. Um, I've seen it happen a lot, and a lot of times when I'm having a problem with one of my wallets, I'll go to a developer's either Discord or Telegram page. Fortunately for me, I know who they are. So what'll happen is I'll pose a question in their channel, and within minutes, I'll get a direct message with somebody claiming to be from their support department, and they'll screenshot that particular question that I posted and say, "Hey, are you still having this problem? If so, I am official. I'm an official support representative for this particular crypto coin or company." And immediately it sends up red flags to me because they sound legit. They have the company logo on their name and stuff like that. But the fact that I know who the owners are of the specific cryptos or the developers, and I'm asking them directly, I don't respond to outside outside influencers. Let's put it that way. Try and steal my information. They act like they're gonna help you, and next thing you know it, they get your account information, and then poof, the rest of your crypto is suddenly gone, and there's nothing you can do about it because once they drain your wallet, you cannot get it back. So you need to be careful about that kind of stuff and never respond to a direct message. Now, question I got is, it was a phishing attack against a major wallet. The question I got is, was it one? Was it multiple? Were they trying different people attacking in a specific company trying to get information on this wallet? I have no idea. But I do know I've had it happen to me multiple times. And I treat anything that comes in as a text message on my phone, an email in my email, no matter how legitimate it looks, or a web page comment, uh, or anything else that it comes in as. And in some cases, they'll even try calling you with that scam to try and social engineer you into giving up information to them. And I've seen people fall for it a lot. Some of these guys are really good, but I've never fell into that particular trap. So I don't go through that particular problem. In this, ooh, good lord. Hold on. I'm gonna go put some light on it. See. There we go. All right, now I can see myself again. Woo! It was dark in here. I didn't realize it was dark. Oh, look at that. Oh, now I got light shining. Okay. Anywho, as I was saying, I've seen that happen, and I treat everything suspicious. And what I end up doing is, if I get a message stating that an account has fraudulent activity, if I get a voicemail saying I got fraudulent activity, if I get an email saying that I got fraudulent activity, SMS message, Telegram direct message, Discord direct message, stating anything like that. The easiest way for me to dispel it is one, open up my account, go in, bypass them, don't even respond to them, and double check, make sure there's nothing wrong, and then contact the actual official phone number or email support for the company that you're working with. Or if it's something to do with a crypto wallet, which there's usually no phone support unless you're with Kraken. I believe you can message them and they can help you too. But um, they will actually, that's where you need to be careful. If you join a Discord, find out who the person is that gives the official support and only talk to that person. If somebody else direct messages you outside that particular channel, or if you suddenly start getting messages in your text on your phone stating, hey, you got fraudulent activity, you need to click this link. No, don't do it. Delete that message, report the spam. A lot of times they come through spam or other websites to try and multitask and multi fish different people. So you gotta be careful with that. It's happened to me, but I've never fallen for it, but I've seen a lot of people fall for it. It happens to everything, including WhatsApp and other applications. And because of that, you just gotta watch yourself. Treat everything that you get as spam or not spam, a scam. Um, and if you make sure you got the legitimate numbers, like for instance, if they say there's fraudulent information on your Fidelity account, but they don't give you all the information, or you notice some typos in the message, it may look legitimate. Don't click the link. Actually, type in fidelity.com, go there, look up their support numbers, verify that there's no issues, and then delete it and report the spam and let them know that you got that message. You suspect that it might be spam and you just want to verify it. If they state that it is and your account's still okay, no problem, you're fine. Um, Another thing that I found is Google's email servers had been hacked, and over I think 1.5 billion people had lost their or had their accounts compromised. And believe it or not, a lot of people use Gmail as a legitimate server. So when they sign up for stuff like banking and what have you, they use their Gmail accounts. The thing I don't like about the public Gmail accounts is the fact that you do run into that risk. So what I did was I created my own mail server on my home NAS, and it took me a while to set up. It was a pain in the butt, but now that it's working, uh, I feel like it's more secure than the data breaches that they've had at the other places, where they compromise passwords. Keep I keep a close eye on my email servers, so I enjoy it. I feel a little more at ease on it. So when I hear about all these data breaches, I'm not a big issue. I don't find that as a big issue. And so far, the stuff that I've gone through to make sure that my email's secure uh, took me a long time, probably about a month and a half. But I took that as a major threat to everything that I do. I'm not saying I can't get hacked. I'm not saying that it won't happen to me, but I'm doing everything I can to mitigate it and minimize it as much as possible. Anyhow, uh, Tom Lee's Ethereum treasury, Bitmine acquires over 153,000 Ethereum. Uh, Holdings approach 2 million at this point. Uh, just thought I'd let you know about that one. BNB hovers around $850 after a brief rally above 855 as sellers return back to 850. The price of BNB was a little changed around 850 after a 24-hour period that saw it rising as high as $855. Uh, Heavy selling earlier in the period had pushed the token towards 840, where bids absorbed the supply and set a support level. Yeah, standard. Kraken back to bring tokenized equities offering to the Ethereum market. Bitcoin network hash rate returned to the all-time highs in August. Source JP Morgan. Bitcoin price prediction. Can Bitcoin break 112,000 or is it going to fall back to 108,000? Right now, I am showing, let me look at it right quick. I am showing, where are you? There you go. Bitcoin is currently at 111,000, so it's going up. It might match the $112,000 per coin. At this point, Dogecoin is at 21 cents. Litecoin is at $110, and ooh, it's 956. Oh, okay. I'm gonna pause this for a second. Pepe is down to a 956. I'm gonna make another purchase. So I'm gonna go here and go. I'm gonna do a market buy at 956, and I'm gonna buy $100. Buy me some more Pepe. Come on, baby. And it was filled. Boom. That's my third purchase today. I got no second purchase. I'm sorry. The first one I canceled because it was a limit order. I am now showing. Let's take a quick peek here. Where am I sitting at on this? Oops. No, no. No, it doesn't tell me. That's fine. Oh wait, what the fill price was at 959, so I did get it at that price. So now it's at 958, still dropping, and I may actually buy some more a little bit later, but for now I'm just gonna leave it at that. Uh, I do know Pepe will probably recover. I know it's not gonna go up that high, but I'm buying it under 1,000. Uh, the lower it goes, the more I'll buy it, and then when it comes up to about 1,100 to 1,200, I'll sell it at a profit and do some profit taking. So for now, that's what I'm getting for that. So I own currently 33,491,000 Pepe's. So like I said, I think Pepe is a better crypto than Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu, I ended up buying, and when I bought it, it has dropped, and I lost 70% of my value, and it's been holding there ever since, and it's been about almost 6 years now. They keep hyping it up, and they keep trying to push it back, but I've not heard any real good news about Shiba Inu. Right now, it is at 0.00000212. Let's see here. 1230. I needed to get in order for me to break even, I need it at 2300. So I am probably close to about 50%. Let me check something here real quick. Ooh, oh, oh, hold on. Let me get my analysis tool. All right, where's my Weeboo? I got my Weeboo. There you are. Let's see. I mm, yeah. Confirm. I don't care. That's not what I care about. This one here is what I care about. So right now I am down 60%. So technically it has recovered a little bit. Right now it's at my current value portfolio value is at $43.59. Fortunately, I only spent $100 because I didn't trust it. They were saying that it was on a bull run. It was going to go and reach uh like 1 cent or 0.001 cent. And for some reason, I fell for it, but I didn't invest a lot into it, and I didn't. Good lord, I didn't do my research on it either. So technically speaking, this is one thing I'm glad I only spent $100 on because after I bought it, it dropped, and at one point I was down. It was down from $100. No, it was $160 is what I bought, and it went all the way down to $30. And right now I'm down $116.40. So technically speaking, I'm almost bankrupted by uh, Shiba Inu had I decided to actually do that one. Um, Give me 1 second here. Okay. Uh, so that was definitely something that I regretted. I should have did my research first before I actually bought the Shiba Inu because I was under the assumption it was similar to Ethereum, where you only got a specific amount per day and it helps you build it up, like similar to Dogecoin. Dogecoin doesn't have a top out limit. It just will keep going, and eventually they'll what do they call it? Do a halving, and you'll earn less and less. And I think that's part of the reason why the price of Dogecoin keeps going up. It's not going up fast, but it's going up enough. Um, I thought the same for Shiba Inu, so I bought me $160 worth of that stuff. And then I did the research. I should have done the research first, realized it was a what I classify as a scam coin because you have 4 quadrillion. I mean, there is no financial system on the planet Earth that can get that to a penny or even close. And with all the investments in other crypto like Pepe, uh, well, not just Pepe, but Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dogecoin, and all these others, there's there's not enough money in the world to get it to 1 penny or even anywhere close to that. They would have to literally cut the if they had cut or had it to where you could only get like 10 or 20,000 Shiba coins per day, uh, similar to how Dogecoin works. I believe it eventually would have went up, but they released all the 4 quadrillion coins all at once, and then they were wondering why we can't get over 2,200, 2,300. At one point, it was up there, but it immediately came back down, and the reason why is it's oversaturated. There's no way to do it, so I called it a scam coin. Pepe is similar to Shiba, but I do know that they have a max cap. It's still way, way up there, but I think it's hold on, let me see here. Let's see. Pepe. Let me look him up real quick. Mr. Pepe. Okay, max supply is 4 million billion. Oh, 420 quadrillion too. You gotta be kidding me. Ah, Circulars, yeah, the full. Oh, so max supply is 400 quadrillion. Uh, Shiba Inu. Yeah, good lord, it's all. Good lord, what was I thinking? Oh, good lord. I you will see. I did do my research on Pepe either. Ah, good lord. I thought it was 420 billion, but yeah, there's 100,000, 100,000,000, 100,000,000,000. Mm, yeah. Yeah, 420 quadrillion. And that's the max supply, and it's all out there. So pretty much they made the coin, released it in the wild, and left it there. So, like I said, once Pepe gets up to about 11, 1200, right now it's at 9. Where are you? 958. Once it gets back up over 1100, I'll sell it for because right now my average price for Pepe is approximately 960. Yeah, about 965. So I won't be a big. It won't be a big profit, but it'll be probably about 40 to $100 uh, if I'm lucky. Uh, so I'll do that and then sell it off. But yeah, that's another one that I got it, but I didn't. I'm only investing $1 a day in it. But if it drops like what it did here, uh, then at that point I will purchase more larger quantities because when it does come back up, I will have a larger profit margin to sell. So that's good. Anywho, uh, with that out the way, let's see here. Is there anything else that I need to know about? No, it looks like that might be it. Let me see one more thing here. B&B hovers over $850. Yeah, I already got that one. Yeah, got all that. Got that. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. Doge price target if the SEC approves a Doge ETF in October. I didn't know this. Dogecoin's price crashed to a crucial support level, aka 21 cents. The exchange traded fund approval by the Securities and Exchange Commission continues. Dogecoin's dropped to about 20 cents, down 28% from its highest level in August. The token, oh, cool. So if they create a Doge ETF, it's possible that people will buy it and it'll go up in price again. So we'll see what happens on that. No guarantees, like I said, but we'll see what happens. Meanwhile, let me check one other thing here while I'm at it. Here we go. All right, where we at? Ooh, not too shabby. Just give me one second here. Okay, cool. No, I'll leave it as is, and we'll go from there. All right, now let's go ahead and get into some stock talk right quick. So I'm gonna go over here to I think it's the dividends. Yeah, there we go. Okay, right now my total portfolio is at $5,198.95, and I've made $23 today, so it's struggling. I will state this: let me get back in. Oh, not that one. Oh, wrong station here. There we go. Uh, the stock market is currently tanking about the Dow Jones is down $514 and the Nasdaq is down 418. Oh, not 400. Let me revise that. It's not $514. The Dow Jones is down 514, about almost 515 points. Nasdaq was at 350, just jumped up to 418 negative points. So technically, as you can see, the stock prices are pretty much coming down. It is not too bad. The thing is this: right now, the actual market is currently at 44,998. Even though it looks like we're losing a lot, it's not. We are still holding at between 40 and 48. I think the lowest I've seen the stock market go is 39,000. Even Nasdaq is still over 2,100 or 21,000. Uh, so even though you're seeing these large numbers and they're saying, "Oh, it's a flash crash," not really. The time I would worry is if it goes over like 3,000 points and it continues to do that for the whole day, and we go from 44 to 38, 37,000 or lower, then I know we got a major problem. But right now, when it shows 500 points down, 400 for the Nasdaq, I'm not really too worried about it because it's averaging that. Uh, and it's not bringing it under 44,000. We're still near the record highs. We keep hitting new record highs. The one thing I did notice though, uh, is the commodities. Oil has gone from 63 to $65. It's up 43. Brent oil is at $68. So technically, the crude oil prices are going up a little bit. They're starting to inch up, not too much, but I will state this: California, for every couple of dollars, California gas prices go way up. So that's why I watched that. But there's an interesting phenomenon that I predicted on traderschoice.net about 6 months ago. I stated that gold will stall between 34 and $3,600. And I stated that silver is gonna start catching up. I'm not saying it's gonna get to where gold is, but silver should be about 50% of whatever gold is, okay? And at the time, it was at $23 a coin, or no, $23 an ounce. Uh, and I noticed that gold was like 33, 3,400. And they're like, "Oh man, it's gonna hit 4,000." I'm like, "No, it's gonna stall out about 36, $3,700, and then it's gonna kind of hover around there." I said, "What you need to watch is silver because it's gonna catch up." And over, I'd say the last 3 to 4 months, my prediction so far has been true. Gold hasn't lost value. It's holding about 3,600 dollars an ounce. But I've noticed that silver has slowly been creeping up on gold. It is currently holding the spot price is now at $41.64, and it's continuing to catch up slowly, but it's catching up to gold. Still got a long ways to go, but I'm looking silver's probably gonna, I'd say by this time next year, may actually break $100 or maybe $250 if it spikes hard. The reason why I say this is because everybody I know is stocking up on silver. I'm a knucklehead. I haven't bought the silver stocks or physical silver, but I wish I had because my son, he saw this. He saw this a long time ago. He saw this coming, and he's been investing heavily into silver, not necessarily gold. He says gold is too expensive, so he's like, "I'm not going into gold. It's easier just to do if the economy crashes, silver and gold are going to be what we can transact with." And to me, the fact that silver, I saw him buy his silver at, I think it was $28 at the peak, but then he went back a couple more times at 23 and $24 a coin or an ounce. And now that it's at 40, he's actually doubled his money. Uh, I don't know exactly how much he has, but he said his safe was full and he was starting a second safe. So technically speaking, I do believe that it's possible he may have a lot of money invested in that. And if he holds it and keeps holding it, this silver is going to go from $40 to 100, $250. And if, as long as he holds it, he's fine. And here's a weird thing about silver that I found out through him. If you sell a smaller amount, under $1,500 worth of silver, you have to pay taxes on it. But if you sell four or $5,000 worth of silver, you become tax exempt. I never heard that before, and I had to double check it. I was like, wow. So somehow it's possibly a loophole that I'm not aware of. But anyhow, I did confirm that, and they have some weird law here in California with that issue. So uh, I, I'm 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 not a financial advisor. I'm just looking at it. But anywho, let's get back to what we were saying. I I've been looking into Ashford Hospitality Trust. That's one of the stocks that I'm not really heavily invested in it, but I do own a lot of shares, and I've been looking at them, and I'm not seeing an uptrend. They are getting tighter and tighter. They've been taking losses month after month, and they've had two reverse stock splits already, and it's been holding between $6 and $7 uh, a share. But I'm like, you know what? I don't think I want to hold it anymore because, like I said this yesterday. I'm going to say it again today. Um, they back in September of last year, they stated that they were in December. They were going to start. Uh, oh look, wait a minute, hold on. Oh no, it's an IPO. I thought I just sold AHG. I have a limit sell for $6 because I don't think it's going to go over $6. Uh, I did my research and it is showing that they are heavily in debt right now, and they're not seeing an uptick in that. They say that if the Fed cuts rates and makes more cash available, which to me, I think they've already got too much cash available in the marketplace. And I think that would just temporarily cause it to go up, but I don't think it would actually go. And I've noticed that they're only averaging about 56 to 6,000 shares traded a day. Um, there's not a lot of interest in it, and at this point, I'm like, you know what? They promised to start paying dividends starting in December of last year, and I've been waiting January, February, March, April, May, June. We're already in September. I haven't seen one dividend payment out of them. They used to pay a dividend yield, but after COVID, when they started having financial problems because they were forced to shut down like everybody else, which is it hurt them both financially and physically. Uh, they're struggling just to stay afloat right now because of the COVID crisis. Um, I call it a pandemic, not necessarily might have been a scamdemic because when they shut down our country, I honestly think our government didn't think that anybody would listen, And when they saw that the not just our country, but the entire world shut down, mainly because of fear. All the stuff that was coming out of China, they were like, "Oh my god." And we were like, "Maybe if we shut down fast enough, we can avoid this." But then all of a sudden, we started getting reports of COVID infections showing up here in the United States. So they said we need to shut down for 2 weeks. 2 weeks turned into 2 months. 2 months turned into a year. Pretty soon, the government did not want to reopen. They wanted us to do that. But then we they were trying to force us to get the jab. I'm not vaccinated with for COVID. I refused to do it because something just didn't sit right with me, and I was like, "Oh hell no!" I just had those spider senses at the back of my neck saying, "Something's not right about this," because they came out with that so quickly. And what I found was, I think when Donald Trump was in office the first time, uh, the media was pressuring him, wondering, "Are we gonna get a vaccine for this? Or what's going to happen? Are we gonna have to shut down? What are we gonna do?" And he was like being forced to pressure the, places like Pfizer and Johnson& and Johnson to come up with a vaccine as quickly as possible. And they did, but I'm like, the timing of that was, did they already have that vaccine? And was it really a vaccine? Because they stated it was 95%, then it went down to 85%, and then it's like, well, it's going to make your COVID, weaker so that you won't stay sick as long. And they kept changing the narrative. And the more they changed it, the more I resisted. And this was the weirdest feeling with me. In 2022, going into 2023, it was like a one-day change. 1 minute, I'm like, "Okay, I got a feeling within the next couple weeks, I'm gonna lose my job because I'm refusing to get vaccinated." And they had stickers on our, placard. If you had a sticker on there, it was, like, one of those translucent stickers. It stated, "I'm vaccinated." And the first thing I started thinking about was and this is this terrified me in a way, but I was like, "No, I'm not doing it. I'm gonna resist all the way." And I started to think it was possibly the end of the world because, they started treating people who were not vaccinated as, super spreaders. Come to find out, the people that were taking the vaccine became the super spreaders of this particular virus, which I thought was interesting in itself. But here's the weird part. December 31st, 2022, New Year's Eve, I'm like, that close, and I'm like, "Man, they're gonna force me to do it against my will. I don't wanna do it." And I didn't know how much more I could hold out because it was to the point to where they had stickers and on our badges showing who was vaccinated and who wasn't, and I purposefully turned mine around so that they couldn't tell if I was vaccinated or not, so that I can continue to work. And January 1st, 2023, it was like that whole veil just suddenly went, and it was like, "Oh, the COVID crisis is now over. We're no longer gonna be using the stickers and stuff like that." And I'm thinking to myself, "Wow." But it actually literally was the weirdest thing because all of a sudden they started backpedaling, trying to make it look like, "No, no, no, we weren't trying to force people to do this. We didn't threaten jobs, and we didn't, try and intimidate or bribe people." The French fries and hamburger dude and all that other stuff that they were doing. I'm like, "No, no, 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 no." And honestly, the health effects of the people that were uh, immunized or took the uh, took the vaccinations. A lot of them are still having side effects to this day, and I'm like, if I die, I'm going to die of natural causes. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna be forced vaccinated just so that I don't get a virus that's probably non-existent or is being spread by the vaccine. And in this particular case, I'm not exactly sure what changed between 2022 and 2023, but the change was so sudden. It was almost like overnight we had a timeline shift. And this is the weirdest thing that I've ever felt. One minute I'm like about to feel like I'm gonna lose everything and we're at the end of the world. The rapture's about to come. They're going to force us to get vaccinated or we can't spend money, we can't go out, we can't do anything. To, "Oh, no, 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 we're fine, that the virus, the va" I mean, it was just, like, overnight, and all of a sudden it was like, "No, no, COVID's now cured, we don't have a problem with it no more, and, we're lifting all the restrictions on it. You no longer have to stay 6 feet apart from each other, you don't have to wear the mask anymore," etcetera. There's still people that are freaking out and still wearing masks. To this day, I think this scamdemic broke people's mind, uh, because a lot of people are still not the same. They're still panicking, and in some cases, you still see people wearing a mask because they're so paranoid that if they take that mask off in public, they're gonna die. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm not saying the virus wasn't real. I'm just saying it was so overhyped and overblown. And the one thing I did notice was all the other diseases, cancer, the flu, measles, and chickenpox, and everything else, even shooting death, were all classified as COVID. COVID cured all the other ailments. If you were shot and you got to the hospital and you died with COVID. Not because you just got shot in the chest and you're like, I'm dead. No, you died of with COVID, not of COVID, with COVID. Note the difference. And the hospitals were getting paid $35,000 per report of anybody dying with or of COVID. So that's why we had that huge spike in deaths and saying that was the worst thing ever. Yeah, there's people that died of COVID. I'm not saying they did. I had COVID. I actually that was no joke. It took me 4 weeks to get over it. Took my wife 6 months. She a couple of times I thought she was gonna die. The difference is we didn't go to the hospital. We did all kinds of different remedies to try and figure out a way to, uh, self-heal. And while I had a stronger immune system, my wife was, borderline diabetic, so it took her longer to get over COVID than it did with me. But the funny part was, once we had COVID, I've never been reinfected, but anybody that was, took the vaccination, they kept getting reinfected. They'd get COVID, they'd get clear, then they'd be reinfected with COVID again, and then they get clear, etcetera, and it just kept happening. And I'm thinking to myself, did that actually help or make the immune system weaker by taking the vaccine? Hmm, that was another reason why I was kinda hesitant about it, but, when I had COVID, I do know that it was so bad that I almost blacked out twice trying to drive home, and then I ended up calling in sick for about 2 weeks, and the good thing was is once I was infected, uh, I never got it again, but the pressure to get vaccinated, even though I survived COVID and, was able to go in and still do my job and be around people that were infected and not get reinfected. That was the weird part. I never got reinfected. Uh, my son, when I accidentally got my wife and my one of my sons and his girlfriend infected. My other son, he stayed in his room, only came out when he needed to. So technically, he was away from us, so he didn't get infected right away. But when he was at work, one day he knew that he did something stupid and got himself infected and got everybody else infected. Um, I didn't know he was infected, but he started coughing up blood, asked me to take him to the emergency room. I took him to the emergency room. They did a test on him, found out he was infected. I had to call my company, let them know my son was infected. I did not have a mask or any protection on because I was unaware that he was infected. So ended up being forced to take 5 days off for evaluation. Come to find out, I never did get infected. I tested myself, tested everybody in the house. Everybody in the house who was either vaccinated or did not have COVID at one point were all infected. Me, on the other hand, nope. And the funny part was is they gave out free vaccination tests, or I'm sorry, free COVID testing kits at Kaiser. So I got like 20 of them so that I could retest. I've been around people that were infected with COVID after I got COVID. Non-vaccinated got COVID versus vaccinated and got COVID. Um, I once I took got over the initial infection, never was reinfected again. My immune system built up enough resistance to it so that it did not infect me again. But everybody that I know that was vaccinated had COVID at least 6 or 7 times. Ended up staying home, and then they'd end up getting a booster shot, and it was like, the more booster shots they got, the it seemed like the weaker uh, their health was. And there's one job that I want, but I'm not willing to get the vaccination just to work there, and that's working at a hospital. Technically, I understand why they do it, but they mandate that if you're gonna be working there, you have to have the COVID vaccine taken, and you also need to get a booster shot, uh, so that you can work there. And to me, the risk I feel is too high for the amount of money I get paid. Um, and like I said, if I can, I'd rather not do it. And now that it's a history thing, I think the government did a social experiment. I think all the governments may have gotten together and did a social experiment on COVID, and it's to see exactly how much power they could hold once they told us to stay indoors. And only essential personnel was able to go to work. In my line of work, I was classified as an essential worker, and I was able to still work while everybody got to stay home and get free money. I had to still earn my money, which I'm sorry, but that was I think we all got screwed over on that one. But it was almost like the apocalypse. Imagine being on a road where it's usually heavy rush hour traffic, and there's absolutely suddenly no cars, nobody on the streets. It's almost like everybody on the planet Earth vanished, and you're the only person. No trucks, nothing. Everything is shut down. Uh, I have never seen that in my life, and I hope never to see it again. Uh, but the fear factor was so high that people just blindly complied, didn't even question anything. Um, Donald Trump did something that I thought was interesting when he started seeing that the infection rates were skyrocketing in China, and noticed that Europe suddenly started having outbreaks in different areas. Donald Trump shut down the air traffic outside the country. That should have been enough to stop the virus from coming into our country. But what I thought was hilarious was everybody fought against him, saying that that was so racist and unethical and stuff like that. But if he had left it open, would it have been worse? That's the question I may have asked myself a lot and wondered, is it possible that this could have been a lot worse had he not done that? We'll probably never know. Yes, the vaccinations, I do feel were rushed, and I saw the peer pressure that he was under because the media was hounding him on a daily basis about it, and then he went ahead and stated that they were close to a vaccination. Once they submitted it under his presidency, the person that got the credit for it, which I thought was interesting, was Joe Biden, who had nothing to do with it. Uh, I honestly don't know exactly what's going on with that, but that's in the past. But anyhow, that getting back on track, that's what happened with a Ashford Hospitality Trust. And like I said, a lot of businesses went out of business because of COVID. And I don't know if that was by design or not, but Ashford has been trying to stay above water, but I'm not seeing the light. So if they hit $6 a share before the end of today, which we still got plenty of time, I think that will come back up a little bit. Um, let's see. Yeah. Um, I'm assuming that for those that don't know, it's the stock over on the far right is Ashford Hospitality. The top right is PBF, and as you can see, that one's still going up. Thus, the reason why, even though I'm only making $33 today, um, the market is down, so a lot of my uh, dividend stocks are not performing as good. These ones are doing pretty good. AGNC, APLE, PFLT struggling, but it's doing okay. PSEC is not doing good. Grow is uh, averaging between 245 and 250 a share. Uh, the only one that I've seen that's consistently going down and struggling to stay above $5 a share is Ashford Hospitality stock. So since they're not a dividend stock anymore, and I feel like they lied on their news publication and stated that they were going to restart doing dividends. The dividends never paid. They never showed up. So I'm thinking they're so cash strapped they can't afford it right now. So I'm like, I gave them a year after they announced that they were going to start doing dividends. They haven't. So I'm personally just gonna take that and say I'm dumping the stock. Uh, I'm hoping that it does get at least to $6 a share so that my losses won't be as hard. I think I'm down like $400. Uh, Good thing is I can use it as a tax write-off at the end of the year. But everything else I'm holding because while they may be down today, tomorrow they'll be back up. Um, and I do know what's holding my whole portfolio together right now is PBF Energy, which is right now my favorite stock. It's the one that I have the highest investment yield in. Um, Mainly because I know they will probably, by the end of September, be done with all the repairs on the Martinez refinery. And at that point, once they go to full production, they will be profitable. And their stock will, on by the next quarter or quarterly earnings, will probably show an actual profit. And then that's when the stock is really going to take off. And those that know about them doing the repairs that are investing now, they're gonna be they're gonna be killing them with their portfolios. I'm expecting my stock to go right now it's at $28. It's still going up. So at 5,000, 6, 7, I'm looking probably about if it gets back up to where it was at $66 a share, I'm looking at probably about $9,000 on my portfolio. So technically, I'm going to quadruple my money. If it goes higher than $66, then that's even better. I do not plan on selling it because of the fact that it tells me that they are interested in staying in California, even with all the technical problems and over regulation that they have here. If they're able to stay and still turn a profit by this time next year, I'm sorry, they're going to be upwards the same price ratio as Chevron and all these other gas companies or oil companies, I should say. I'll just say oil companies. Um, and I do know that the Martinez refinery, they are working around the clock to get the repairs done before the end of September. And unfortunately, today they did have what they classified as a shelter in place because of a lightning storm that came by their area. It wasn't in my area. It was over in the Martinez area and Stockton, where they had a major lightning storm. So, with that being said, that was lifted and they started repairs again. So, I'm keeping an eye on that, and I'm also keeping an eye on the storm and the weather in the Northern California area because the faster they get this done, the faster I'm going to see a major spike in my portfolio. And what I like about my portfolio is I've had it for 5 years. I've had losses as much as almost $2,000. I was in the negative, and even though I was crypto mining and putting money into it, it was just dropping. PBF Energy has helped me get back into positive territory on my portfolio. So I'm keeping it. I'm going to keep it long term. I do not plan on selling it. And I do believe that that one there is going to be my best performing stock out of all of them. Do I recommend anybody buy PBF Energy? No, I'm not a financial advisor. This is just something that I'm doing because I like the stock. Uh, PBF Energy is going to go to the moon. I can guarantee it. Um, some of these other stocks are questionable, but the reason why I bought them was so that I get dividends every week and instead of every 3 months. Um, and I didn't want to buy a lot of stocks just to make it to where I get paid on a weekly basis. Maybe if I get over 5 or 10 million, I'll diversify my dividend stock portfolio so that I will have daily dividends coming in. That would be fantastic. Um, but for now, I'm one of the small timers. I've been doing this for 5 years, and I'm only at 5,200. My goal is to hit my first 100,000 and then go from there and see what happens. So uh, we'll go day by day, and you'll see me next Monday and Tuesday. I may actually report each morning at about 8 o'clock in the morning, give a financial update on my portfolio here, and see where we're going. This is not all of the stocks that I own, but this is all that I can fit on one page. So before it actually looks cluttered, I do have other screens, but I would have to put them up and sort them out. Let's put it that way. Uh, but for now, this is what I'm doing for today. I will leave it at that and let you guys have a wonderful day. Until my next stream, we'll go from there. Now I just need to find my moose. Oh, there's my moose. All right, guys. I know I didn't have a one of those fancy musical openings with the little logo going all over the place, but I'm not into that. To me, I just do this right here. That's what I do. I enjoy it. Don't feel like I need to do it, and I'm not gonna sit there and say subscribe and like. All I'm gonna say is this: if you like the content, you want to keep up with me and see where this portfolio goes after 1, 2, 3, 5 years. I will post this on a weekly basis. Sometimes I'll stream it live, and we'll go from there and see what happens. Right now, we're at 5,200. Let's see where I can take it. Like I said, AHT over here, it's got a limit sell for $6. We'll see. It's at 596 now. It might hit $6. If it hits $6, I'm going to sell it at that and take the loss. I got to get rid of it. I don't think it's going to do good long term. And right now, the overregulations and the taxes and economic status here in California, where most of their hotels are made or let me phrase that, owned, tells me well, they do have some in other states, but most of them are here in California. And right now, California's not doing good. Thus, they are also struggling. But their problem's not necessarily with the current environment. It actually is still residual from the COVID epidemic that I was talking about. Um, they've never fully recovered. As a matter of fact, when I first invested, they had 4.5 billion in assets. They're down to 740 million, and it seems like it's shrinking. And the fact that they are struggling just to stay between $6 and $7 a share, and the economists, economic people are saying that the only way that we'll see that stock actually start going back up is if they do a rate cut. And we're at 4.5%. Oh no, 4.2% right now. And it's really not that high. I know a lot of people cry over it, but back in 1987, I remember home mortgages were at 18%. The interest rate on everything was way higher than it is now. And they're complaining that it's over 4%. I'm like, man, I remember the days when you wanted to buy a house, the interest rate was at 18%, almost as high as a credit card today. Credit cards are a little higher, but still, we'll see what happens. Go from there. Until my next stream, enjoy your day, stay out of trouble, invest wisely. Talk to you guys later. Oh, eventually I might get me a little logo at the beginning, but for now, I'm just give the crypto news first, talk about the stock portfolio, and then go from there. Uh, most of the time, I will probably stream uh, probably in the morning just to give you guys a quick heads up and then give you an update as to where my portfolio is. Right now, we're at 5,200 and I'm only up $28 for the day. Stock market is currently way down still. 515 as of 9:31 a.m. and $369 down, or 369 points down. So Nasdaq seems to be recovering. The Dow Jones still struggling. Let's see here. Oh, wait. Do I have it? Let me see. Yes, I do. Hold on. I can get a up to second. Wait, did it come up? Oh, there it goes. Oh, we got it. Ah, hold on. Do one more check before I log off here. Okay, let's see what happens. Well, that's interesting. Let me see. I don't know which one is the right one. Nope, that's not it. Good lordy. Hope I don't get locked out. Oh, there. No, this might have been it. Hold on. Wait a minute. Yeah, there it goes. I'm in. All right. I had 20 different accounts or 20 different passwords for the same account. I didn't know which one was which. Oh, anywho. All right. What am I at? Oh, sweet. Dow Jones is down 1.1%, 1.66%. If I could change that to action. Let's see. Wow. I do have to admit, I'm looking at uh Robinhood Legend versus the Fidelity Active Trader Pro. And I have to admit, while they have improved, I still believe that Fidelity's Active Trader Pro is actually better still than uh, Robinhood Legends. I do like this for Robinhood Legends. I won't say no or say otherwise, but I will state this. I have to admit, it's actually pretty nice. Right now, Dow Jones is 500 down 516 points. You know what? I gotta slow that down a little bit. Let's go 10 seconds. Apply. There we go. The reason why I had to slow it down is because by the time I start reading it off, it already changes. The U.S. Let's see. American Express. AD, I don't know what that is. New York Stock Exchange is mostly selling. Okay. Dow Jones is 512 down, and Nasdaq. Well, does I have Nasdaq? Wait a minute. Oh, good lordy. Hold on. Really? ID. There we go. There we go. That's what it is. Oh, let me make one more change. Uh, Back to the ticker real quick. Let's take you, put you right next to there. There we go. And apply. There we go. So crude is up to $65 today. Gasoline is up 3%. Uh, Gross domestic or GB. Interesting. The dollar is actually kind of mixed. In a lot of areas, it seems to be getting weaker versus stronger, which I thought was interesting. Uh, Nasdaq is down 373 points. Dow Jones is currently down 514 points. Just thought I'd let you know. And of course, now that that's all taken care of, I now will let you go. But I'm comparing this with Active Trader Pro, and I have to admit, Active Trader Pro is way better on their uh, charts thing here. These guys here are making a lot of improvements on a regular basis. That little top part where you see the bell, let me see if I can bring it up real quick. Right here. That there shows all the stuff that they're fixing, adding, and repairing, and new features that they constantly are adding. Um, and as you can see, they're constantly fixing and adding new stuff. So every once in a while, I check that and see what's new that they put into this system. They've actually improved it a lot since they've first opened it. Because when they first started, it was just stocks only, and then they added the crypto. The crypto I can actually stream 24/7 at the end of the week. This will stream all the way to the end of the week because some of their stocks actually trade 24 hours a day on here. Even though the Dow Jones and Nasdaq does close at 1 p.m. our time, Pacific Standard Time, 4 p.m. East Coast time. Um, this will stay open because they have what they classify as after hours trading. Um, as to where that's one advantage they have here. As to where Fidelity's trader Active Trader Pro, uh, at the end of the trading day, it logs you out, and then you have to log back in again. So I just thought I'd bring that to your attention. The other main difference is uh, this one here, Robinhood Legends, doesn't give you the stats for uh, the Nasdaq and Dow Jones to show you whether it's up or down. So you don't know if this is being caused by something that was in its reports, quarterly earnings, and what have you, or if it's just the overall market, like the Dow Jones or the Nasdaq going down like 400 or 500 points, bringing all these down with it, which has nothing to do with any news that may have come out with it. People just panic selling everything. I don't know why they do it, but they do it. And because of that, it's nice to know if let me. I got that little square on my uh, streaming app. Just removed it, so now that I could, yay! Woo, it looks a lot nicer on my end. But anyhow, it, as I was saying, Active Trader Joe, Active Trader Pro not only shows all your charts, it shows the how many bids and sells per second as it's going on, and also it allows you to buy and sell, and it gives you up to the moment uh, price price action, as well as at the bottom you have a ticker that tells you exactly where the stock market is, whether it's up, down, flat, what have you. Uh, the reason why that's useful for me is because let's say this stock right here, uh, PFLT, is going down, but you don't know why. You look and you check to see if there was any news that broke that was causing it to go down. and you don't see anything. On Robinhood Legends, you don't see anything about the Nasdaq or the Dow Jones. So because of that, you don't know that because the market's down today, it's affecting these stocks also. So this might come down today, but tomorrow the market may recover and that one will go up, and some of these others may go down. Um, so just because a stock goes down, it's because you got people either day trading or panic selling or panic buying. That's one thing that I'm going to mention here. Right now, I do believe well, my last plug for the day, I promise. I do believe PBF Energy is still underplotted, even though some people might think it's overvalued. The fact that a lot of people are saying hold, but they have a larger sell on PBF Energy. I think the sell options on PBF Energy is not because the company's not doing well, but having to do with the fire that's in Martinez. And I do keep up with it on a daily basis. So uh, the minute they announced that they did plan on rebuilding instead of closing the plant, I immediately that's when I started buying this stock. And that when I looked at the price as soon as they made that announcement, the stock of PBF Energy was $13.98 a share. You know, I had to buy 60 shares. I bought a lot of it. And then I started buying $5 a day fractional shares, which I like about this. I don't believe I can do that on Fidelity yet. They might start doing it later, but they're falling behind on that. I can buy full shares, but I can't buy fractional shares. Thing I like about this, you can buy fractional shares, meaning that you can spend as little as $1 for each one of these stocks, which I do for most of them. PBF, I'm doing $5 a day, and there's one other stock. I forgot what it was. I'll have to look into it, but there is one other stock that I own that I'm also paying $5 a day. The rest of these are only $1 a day because I do want to keep that cash reserve. And a lot of that cash reserve that I have up here is because of the fact that I'm mining crypto during the day using solar power. And then once I see a profit in Dogecoin or Litecoin, then I sell that and add it to my cash reserves up here. And the reason why I have a cash reserve is because if I see something that's dropping, um, similar to, I'll use PBF Energy. Okay, I said I was only going to plug them one more time, but with PBF Energy, fortunately for me, I had a crypto cash reserve right up here where I was actually selling my cryptocurrency for profit taking when it was going up to like 30 cents. And when Litecoin hit 130, I sold it, held, held the cash reserves. I didn't use any of it, held the cash reserves, and then when I find out about something like PBF Energy, where they say they're going to rebuild, and then I look at where the stock used to be at $66, and then they had the fire and it dropped all the way down to 13. That was a uh, bargain basement sale. I feel like I may have actually bought it pennies on the dollar, so I invested heavily into it. I didn't invest everything I had. As you can see, I still have that. I got about $2,000, maybe $2,500 invested into PVF Energy itself. Um, and then the rest is cash reserves, just in case one of these other stocks comes out with good news. I could slam into it before everybody else does, and before it takes off to the moon. Or if I see Dogecoin or Litecoin hit a specific price target, then I'll reinvest because I know it'll go back up. But I have to know that it's got potential before I put my money into it. And because I'm not using it right now, doesn't mean that it's not doing anything. I got Robinhood Gold. It's making 4% interest just sitting there. So either way, I'm making money, whether it's stocks, crypto, or just letting my cash sit right there. Uh, it's fun. It's enjoyable. I like watching the lines go up and down. I used to panic sell. I was one of the market's favorite kind of guys, and I was losing a lot of money because when the prices were going up, like PDF, I was like, yes. But when the prices started going down, like AHT, I would sell. So I bought high and I was selling low. And everybody was like, oh, I like this guy. He's making me a lot of money. Meanwhile, I'm going completely bankrupt doing it that way. Uh, I chased the lines going up and bought at the high, and then it would go down. And then I would like panic sell so that I didn't lose everything. And yes, and a lot of times I lost my ass on it. So part of the risk of doing this, part of the risk of doing this, don't worry about it. Long-term holders, they're the ones that win out in the end. And right now, I'm only investing about $1 a day, so it's making these stocks a lot more stable. So I'm not actually. I do feel that a lot of these are on the lower end, like Grow. Let's see, Grow. What else? AGNC and PSEC. PSEC is also another one, where I think those are technically classified as penny stocks now because they're under a specific amount. But they do have a high dividend yield, and I do get paid out on dividends on that. But I'm up on most of these, and I think there are a lot of these are oversold and are actually a good deal for long-term investing. But I don't want to put all my money into it now because let's say I invest in PSEC, I prefer just to put $1 a day into it so that if something bad happens, I lose the minimum amount of money on that. Versus if I put all my money into it now and then it nosedives and they go bankrupt, then I end up losing everything on it. Um, Diversifying, I got REITs, energy, I got financial, I got yeah, actually, those are the 3 areas that I'm most in. And then I am, building up my crypto portfolio back up. I do own a lot of Mimblewimble. That's one coin that I'm not selling, at least not yet. I'm holding on to it. I can't afford to mine any more of it because my electricity costs are way too high for it. So, for the moment, uh, I'm just mining Litecoin and Dogecoin for the foreseeable future. We'll see what happens. But the Mimblewimble coin that I have currently, I am going to continue to hold on to it. I'm not going to sell it. Um, and like I said, let's see where we at. Hmm. Let me take a look at the current price. Let's see if it's going up or down. Yeah, it was at 33. Now it's at 32.78 for Mimblewimble. If you want the latest up to date prices for Mimblewimble, you can actually come to my website and uh, Doge Whisper links in the description, and you can actually check the current prices. I keep track of Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dogecoin, Mimblewimble. If there's any other ones that you would like to see current price action on that may not be listed, let me know. I will see if I have that on this particular app. If I do, I will post it and then add it to this particular sidebar right here. Right now, I do have Bitcoin because I do like to see where that's at because that price volatility usually affects everybody else, but not always. Litecoin and Dogecoin and Mimblewimble on a different protocol. So if Bitcoin was to crash, it would not affect those 3 coins as much. So just thought I'd let you know. And I'm finally really, really honestly getting out of here now. Peace out. Enjoy your day. I'll be back probably either tomorrow morning or at 8 o'clock in the morning Pacific Standard Time, or it'll be Thursday morning when I do my next stream. So uh, I'll give you updates and I'll try and keep you guys updated with all the latest news. I will state that I'm not one to say, "Well, this is the low, this is the high charts, this is what we're going to see. We're going to see a breakout this way or a breakout that way." Uh, I can't even read these charts. All I know is lines go up and the lines come down. Yeah, see, lines come down, but then they go back up. See, right there. So that's the way I look at them. I like looking at the squiggly lines, and when the lines go up, I look at my total amount right there, and when it goes up, I'm a happy man. I look at my all-time highs. Now that I'm up like 300, uh, let's see here. Hold on. Let me check something quick. My all-time high was at 300. Oops, that wrong one. Here we go. Let's see here. Did it go up more? Because I'm up $44 for the day. I was up. Oh shoot, I'm up there too. So give me 1 second. Gotta do it this way. All right, bring it this way. I don't want to log in. That's the thing. If I'm already logged in on one browser, I'll leave it there. So I am up now. I was at 323. I am currently wait. Okay, yeah, I'm currently up $423 altogether. So it's still going up. It's going up slower today than it usually is. For the last maybe 4 weeks, no, 6 weeks, I've been averaging about $100 a day in positive revenue. Today, right now, is at 44. We'll see what happens after 1 o'clock. Yeah, I may actually do one more stream. We'll see what happens. With that, I'm really, really honestly out of here this time.